again emphasizes that he's out making 2-3 stops a day, by Joe Biden maybe making a virtual appearance. So he's trying to keep the energy high, trying to keep the enthusiasm level high, as he truly feels like we've got 4 days to wrap it up and get it done. Hey, we want to thank you as our viewer. We also want to thank our partner for the day, itargetpro.com. Now, innocent people right now are falling victim to crime, intimidation, and they're forced to fend for themselves because Democrats and the left want to defund the police. Now, the government can't and won't protect your family. Self-defense is the only option. But most importantly, you don't have time to consistently train, and ammo is very expensive. That's why iTarget Pro was invented. iTarget Pro, now using their proprietary app and laser bullet, you can now train safely in the convenience of your own home with your actual firearm. iTarget comes in all major calibers, 223 to 5.56. Also, stay sharp with almost any firearm. And today, you can get 10% off plus free shipping with the offer code SAVE10. That's 10% off plus free shipping with the offer code SAVE10. This is the smartest way for you to practice, and it pays for itself in really just a few days. That's the letter itargetpro.com. itargetpro.com, and don't forget about that offer code SAVE10. SAVE10, that's the offer code. Well, I couldn't think of a better gift for somebody in your family for Christmas. itargetpro.com. You're seeing a look at the crowd coming out as well. A lot of them waving at us here at Right Side Broadcasting, and I thought at one point the president was going to mention Right Side Broadcasting at one point, because he did point to the risers and he kind of pointed in our area and he said there's a few good people up there. I would think he's going to talk about everyone here at Right Side, as we've seen a lot of love once again here on the campaign tour. The president just added several dates today, new rallies coming up, and so obviously we have not missed a one. We'll be on the beat on that. I don't know where our team here is going after this, but we'll find out soon. And of course, we'll bring all the campaign information over to you as well. It's really interesting as we go into the last few days of this campaign in the voting season, that the turnout at these crowds are not dwindling at all. You would think that after 4 years of really campaigning and fighting the attacks from the left, that the enthusiasm from this campaign and from President Trump and just some of the supporters, that it would be a beatdown, and it would be something that they would lose the enthusiasm. And I just don't see that at all on this campaign trail, and I just encourage everybody to get out and vote. And President Trump said earlier, it's important now more than ever to make sure that your family votes, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, and we all show up on November 3rd, because our freedom, our liberties are at stake. And of course, he talked about the Second Amendment, and here in Wisconsin, a lot of sport hunting. A lot of people like to hunt, a lot of outdoorsmen. That's very important for them as well. When he mentioned it earlier, the place really erupted in cheers. So you want to protect your freedom of speech. He talked about big tech, Twitter, Facebook, Google, suppressing the conservative voice. And so we said earlier, whenever Liz Willis was here, now she had to go off, catch a flight to another rally, but we talked about the need to protect our freedom of speech, and big tech is trying to suppress our viewpoints. So we encourage you to take this broadcast, share it with a friend, tag somebody, let us know where you're watching us. We certainly appreciate everything that you guys do for us. So that's about it. I'll send it back to Joe in the studio from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Brian Glenn, Right Side Broadcasting. Until next time, goodbye. God bless.
Hello, Right Side Broadcasting Network. I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor and CEO of MyPillow, and I've got some great news for you. Today, you can save up to 66% off all my products, from my MyPillows to my Giza Dream Sheets, my towels, my Roll and Go travel pillows, my mattress topper. I have over 100 products that you're going to save up to 66% using the promo code RSBN, Right Side Broadcast Network. RSBN, use that promo code at mypillow.com or call 800-836-7566. That's 800-836-7566. Remember to use the code RSBN, and here's the great news. Half the money is going to support Right Side Broadcast Network, one of the best networks I've ever seen. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Right Side Broadcasting. We are in Rochester, Minnesota, where President Trump is scheduled to deliver remarks at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, this is the third stop of the day for President Trump, and we just received word this morning that he has 14 rallies, yes, 14 rallies scheduled between now and the election. It's going to be absolute pandemonium, but as we always say, we are committed to bringing you live coverage of every single one of these events. Now, today's event has been all but curtailed by Minnesota local and state government as they implemented basically a pandemic. How would you describe it, Blake?
I would describe it as a violation of constitutional rights for peaceful assembly. That's how I describe it. I think their excuse is something along those lines, though.
Yeah, so essentially, Keith Ellison and Tim Walz, the governor of the state of Minnesota, have cracked down on this event in the 11th hour, and they told President Trump that he could only have a maximum of 250 of his supporters at this venue. Despite it being an open-air event and being planned in advance, they decided to implement this right now, which I find kind of curious, Blake, seeing as how this is the president's fourth rally since the pandemic. He held a rally in Duluth, he held one in Bemidji, and also in Mankato, Minnesota, which is not that far from here. So this is clearly a political move by the Minnesota Democrat Party, as Joe Biden is also scheduled to be here today too, but they wanted the spotlight to be on the pandemic and the president's response. So it's nothing more than cannon fodder for Joe Biden to be able to use, and to try to discourage voter turnout and discourage turnout at the president's event. But despite that, there are thousands of his supporters outside right now. Unfortunately, we don't have camera outside to show you that, but there are thousands of people outside, which only further proves that you can put whatever law you want in place. You can implement an executive order, but it's not going to stop thousands of people to gather to support the president in what's going to be the most important election of our lifetime.
Yeah, I'm really, and that's, with Biden coming here, perhaps that's part of it. They wanted to make sure that President Trump wasn't able to draw the typical multiple thousands of people that have been coming to his rallies. I was just at Bullhead City, Arizona 2 days ago, and there were 10,000 people there. And it's very embarrassing for the president to be continually drawing that amount of crowds, and for Biden to have his typical small circle discussion group. And I think that really, you're absolutely right. There are thousands of people waiting outside. They're not going anywhere. They have set the Jumbotron, so at least those people, I believe, will be able to see the rally. But you cannot keep love of America down. And that's what's happening now. These people are here because they love America, and they recognize that President Trump loves America. He's been fighting for us from day one. His America First policies are well documented. He is absolutely 100% behind America and puts our country first. And people are rallying to him. People are rallying to him like I've never seen him rally to any politician before.
Absolutely. And no matter what artificial barrier is put in place, thousands of people are going to gather. And this really calls freedom into question here, because they're trying to discourage people from gathering in crowds. But if people want to gather in crowds, they're going to gather in crowds. And there's nothing that Keith Ellison or Tim Walz or any public official can do to stop that, essentially. And we're seeing that outside. I almost wish we had a live shot, because there will be more people outside than in here. I know you guys are used to us showing you the crowd, and we're going to show you the crowd, but obviously it's going to be a small crowd. 250 people will get in here, and the chairs are socially distanced apart. Maybe we could show that, if we could just pan and show the seats in here so you can see. They have not let people in yet. I think they're beginning the security checks right now to let people in, but as you can see, this is nothing like a presidential rally that you've ever seen before, as this is usually the standing area beside us here. It's usually the standing area, and people are packed in the front, and there's usually bleachers behind the podium where the president speaks. So needless to say, this is not going to be the typical rah-rah rowdy that crowd that you're used to seeing. So nonetheless, we are grateful that you have tuned in with us on Brightside Broadcasting today, as we are almost entirely viewer funded, so we rely on your donations, your super chats, to allow us to attend these events. We have 4 correspondents on hand today, and so we're going to be rotating in. We've also got a very awesome surprise for you guys today, but just for starters, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If those of you just tuning in you haven't done it already, please give us a thumbs up and support us moving through YouTube's algorithm so we can get the maximum amount of people watching the president's speech in about an hour here. Also, if you want to support this independent media movement to save America, we have 4 days to go until the election. Please support us via Super Chat if you're watching on YouTube. You can also go to rsbnetwork.com/donate, and you can give us a donation there that we will receive 100% of. Or lastly, you can mail a check to our physical address, which is 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. Now I'm going to pass it over to Blake here. 1 second.
So you may have seen some hints of this coming, but we have a new partner here at RSBN. The times have been rough for everyone, and that's why we're even more excited to announce our newest partner. You may have guessed it via our hints on social media, but we can proudly say we, here at RSBN, are officially partnering with the one and only Mike Lindell, CEO of MyPillow. He's also one of our favorite patriots to interview, and hopefully we'll get one of those later today. We know that getting a restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side of bed. And make sure your sleep is luxurious as possible with any of the MyPillow products. And they have over 100 products to choose from, running from travel pillows to dog beds, memory foam mattress toppers, the new Giza Dream Sheets, and more. So check out our inventory online at www.mypillow.com. Use code RSBN at checkout for up to 66% off your entire order. Again, that's code RSBN at www.mypillow.com for up to 66% off your entire order. And so while we're only going to have 250 sanctioned people allowed in here, you're going to have to keep in mind that this is in no way indicative of the support that the president has in this area of Minnesota. And even with 250 people, it'll still be 10 times the people you might find at a typical Joe Biden rally. We don't have the stylish circles that are the hallmark of the Biden basic lack of crowds, but yeah, we'll see what happens, and we expect that at some point maybe some people will make their way towards the podium. We're not really sure. As we're looking at the runway here, Air Force One will be coming in from the right side of the camera, probably landing to the left, assuming the prevailing winds stay as they are. So we are set to give you a very, very dramatic shot of Air Force One landing on this runway. Runway easily able to accommodate the landing of Air Force One here. And I've got to say, on the way here, traveling through Phoenix Airport, a lot of people wearing Trump gear in the airport. I'm seeing a lot more people traveling wearing their gear. And with so few days left of the election, that is one of the most important things we can do as Trump supporters, is to be visible in our support for the president by wearing our hats, wearing our shirts, making sure our signs are up, and making sure that we are supporting the president in public where we live, so that undecided voters or people who haven't made up their mind yet can come forth and basically see that it's their neighbors, the people you shop with, the people whose kids go to school with your kids, that those are where Trump supporters are. And they're not just arbitrary people on the internet somewhere in a chat room, mythical mythical Trump supporters out of the blue. I mean, they're everywhere. Some are undercover, some are stealth voters who weren't even registered in the last election. They are coming from all corners of the American electorate to support this president. And I think the pollsters are again in for a rude awakening. But the thing we need to do to make sure that that happens, everybody's got to get out and vote. If you haven't voted yet, make the plan to make sure your vote counts. If you're still in a state that allows in-person voting right now, get that vote in the bank. And then spend the last few days making sure that your neighbors, your friends, President Trump will tell you, your coworkers, your family, your boss, make sure they voted as well. And watch a stream with them. Tell them what President Trump means to you. Tell them what it feels like to have a president that supports the country rather than apologizes for it. Tell them what it feels like after 8 years of the Obama administration where people told you had to be ashamed of your country for such things that they invented, like systemic racism or any number of things that they said that America is wrong because of. Tell them what it feels like for you to know that the president has your back, that the president is fighting for you and for America, and what that feels like for you, because that kind of story goes a long way. It might go a lot longer than, for instance, telling them that GDP is up by 33.1% in the last quarter, the most incredible rise ever. I mean, there are a lot of facts out there that support the president and his reelection, but equally important is just the attachment that everyone has to his America First policies. And so I think we're going to go for some, Adrian, do you want to read out some super chats? All right, so Adrian, who you may remember from the Circleville rally, she's going to come on and she's going to read some of the donations we're getting. Mike was telling you how the donations are really important to us, and I'm going to pass the mic over to her and she'll go ahead and read off some of those donations.
All right, hi guys. Thanks for having me again. This is my 4th rally. My last one was in, I think, Circleville. And so I'm glad to be back. And I'm going to get started reading the donations. And so our very first donation of the day came from Iron Man, and it's $19.99. And he said, "Thank you for being there." So you're welcome, Iron Man. Thank you for your generous donation. We wouldn't be able to do the things we are doing today if it weren't for your generosity. And I might note, I think it was mentioned earlier, that this rally in particular is very different from the other 3 that I've gone to, because there's a cap on how many people can be attending here today. And nonetheless, there were so many people out here anyways to support our president, even though they knew they wouldn't have a seat inside. So I just want to add that, but thank you so much for your donation too. We really, really appreciate it. We received $33.33 from Ronnie Lane, and she said, "RSBN is the only place where I watch Trump rallies. Been watching since 2015. Very proud of you all. I will be joining you on November 3rd when Trump wins again." So thank you, Ronnie Lane, so much for your very generous donation. 3 is obviously your favorite number, so thank you. Your generosity really goes a long ways with us. I mentioned this before, but you really help us with our travel costs and our camera equipment and help us upload all of our content. So thank you so much for your generosity, Ronnie. We really appreciate it. We received $99.99 from Walter Campbell. So thank you, Walter, so much for that very generous gift. That is so generous of you, and none of us would be here today if it weren't for generous gifts like yours, Walter. So thank you so much, and thank you for watching. We received $20 from Erica Kim. So thank you so much, Erica. We really appreciate your generous donation to our organization. And also, if you guys have any questions, just send those in the chat too. I'll try to look at those. We received $10 from CMW Marshall, and he said, "Keep up the good work. Thank you." So thank you so much for that very generous donation, Marshall. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. We received $50 from James Clark, and we received $10 from Diana Cooper, and she said, "Communism is the same thing but on a larger scale. Both fail, and for the same reason." So you're right, mentioning the failures of communism. It's very important that a lot of our generation knows about those, because they're not being taught those very important lessons in schools, because indoctrination is taking place all over the country. So thank you for mentioning that. Keep sending your chats, and I'll be reading them. And thank you once again for your generous donation, Diana. We received $9.99 from Daniel Huffman, and he said, "I don't know why Right. No, we have the same thoughts. It's really sad that there is this limit put on in the number of people that are able to attend. It is BS, to be frank. However, obviously, this is just another political move to hinder our president's success in this upcoming election. But we won't let it deter us. As we mentioned before, there's probably already an additional 1,000 people outside with their Trump gear supporting and cheering our president. So no worries, the people are here. And thank you once again for your very generous gift, Daniel. We received $10 from Blue Girl Deb, she said, love you, Brick, follow you on Instagram. So Brick is over here, but he said thank you. Oh, he's going to say hi.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your very generous gift. We received 10 euros from Hotel Review, and he said, go Mr. Trump, thumbs up from the Netherlands. So thank you very much. We love that we're hitting international waters. And we love that you guys are joining us from abroad. So thank you for your very generous gift. We received $5 from Paul Chore. Thank you so much, Paul, for your donation. We really appreciate all your help. We received another $5 from Jackie Burlingham. And she said, you guys are our only voice. They're taking Freedom Assembly away. We 100% agree, Jackie. This cap that they put on the number of attendees is unacceptable. And a lot of the people won't stand for it. They're here supporting the president despite knowing they're not allowed to attend. However, the spirit is there, the charisma is there as the people. They love our president so much that they're willing to stand out there even though they know they won't be inside. And that's because we support our president so much. So you're 100% correct. We all agree with you. We received $19.99 from Jeffrey Bulldog. So thank you so much, Jeffrey. We really appreciate your very generous gift. Some people are asking who I am. So my name's Adrienne Ferguson. If you haven't joined me before, this is my 4th rally, and yeah, I'm on social media. I only have Instagram at the moment, but if you want to contact me, that's just Adrienne Ferguson _ on Instagram. That's ADRIENNEFERGUSON _. So yeah, you can message me and whenever you want. I love communicating with my RSBN fellow patriots. So thank you so much. We received $9.99 from Deep Boone, and he said, God bless to all you patriots. So thank you so much. Thank you, because you're a patriot yourself, so we really appreciate your donation to our organization to help you guys receive the news directly from Donald Trump himself. So thank you. Keep supporting us. We really appreciate your generous gifts. We received $9.99 from Ryan Campbell. So thank you so much, Ryan, for that very generous donation to our news crew. It really goes a long ways. I can't emphasize that enough, but it's true. And we received $4.99 from Daisy Coco, and she said, Trump equals the truth, which is 100% correct. Trump says it like it is. Everyone says that, and they don't like that about him, but he's not afraid to tell the truth, whether it's good or bad, from either party. He is the most direct president I've ever seen in my lifetime, and that's a true blessing because he tells you all the problems in our world, and he tells you solutions to fix those problems. So thank you for your comment, and thank you again for your donation. We received $9.99 from Christopher Ray. So thank you so much, Christopher. Very, very, very generous gift. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you guys have comments too, I'll read those off. We received $9.99 from Laura Nan, and we saw that you used our emojis, and that means you're one of our members. So thank you so much for being a part of our club and for using those emojis. Those are one of my favorite things to look at. So keep using those. We really love them. And we got $19.99 from George Michael, and he said with the emoji, thanks for being you. So thank you so much. We love doing what we can for you folks to bring you folks the news from our president and from all the other speakers that come. We want to be as direct as we can with you folks, and we love providing all this real time with you guys in the moment. So thank you so much. We received $20 from Stasia McClure, and we just want to say thank you once again, Stasia, for supporting our news organization. Oh my gosh, my hair is going crazy right now. It's actually really chilly out, but we're making the most of it. And thank you again, Stasia, for your donation. We really appreciate it. We received $19.99 from 925 Dirt Rider, and he said, let's keep America great. 100% correct. We definitely support our president. We love his slogan, keep America great. I actually just got one of one of his caps that says Keep America Great. I do have my MAGA cap, and I just got my second red hat. So love the comment, and thank you once again for your very generous gift. And we received $9.99 from Chris G. And that's a really cool profile picture. I really like the beard. So thank you so much for your donation, Chris. Stay tuned. We received $4.99 from Lord of Salmon. And he said, Harris County Police support both Trump and your channel. Thanks for the great coverage. Absolutely. This coverage that we bring to you folks is not made possible without your very generous gifts. So everything that we provide is from your generous donations. So thank you. We really appreciate it. And we received $24.99 from Rick A. And he said, keep up the good work. Love that you support our president. Absolutely. We love that you support our president too. So thank you so much for your very generous gift. Oh wow, we received $50 from admin user. Oh no, fantastic. If only you had your real name, would thank you more directly. But thank you so much for that very generous gift. It really goes a long ways with our organization, like I mentioned before, with our travel and our camera crew and literally everything else. We would not be here if it weren't for you guys and your very generous gifts. So thank you so much for that $50 donation. That's huge. We really appreciate it. And we received note that Patricia Gulich just became a Lincoln Club member, so welcome to the club. We really love having you joining us. And we received $10 from Robert Charlesworth, and he said, riding the big red wave on RSBN, God bless the USA, 100%. And I can't wait to see all the attendees come in. Their attire is what gets me really excited, and I can't wait to read what their apparel says, because they have really cool t-shirts and caps. And one of my favorite that I've seen so far is Where's Hunter, and you can see it on Brick's hat right now. He can share a little bit about it with you if you'd like. And yeah.
Well, I think we're all wondering where Hunter is right now. My theory is he's in the sub-basement of his dad's basement. He's like 3-layer deep in the basement Inception movie. I'm not sure he's going to come out till December. I really don't know. But like you were saying, you know, we do depend upon your donations to make it to these rallies. We're a very small company. We have limited resources. The people you see down here in front of us, those are the networks. That's CBS, CNN, NBC, and they pretty much have all the funds they need to get anywhere they need to in America overnight. But not so much for RSBN. The only reason that we can do this is because of your generosity. And one of the ways you can do that, besides the super chats that Adrian was just reading out, is to make a donation at rsbnetwork.com/donate. That's rsbnetwork.com/donate. I'm actually going to read out some of the messages you can leave when you make that donation. And also when you do donate on that website, the bulk of the donation, except for a very, very small processing fee, goes directly to us. So from Taylor, messages praise God. I think that's one we can definitely agree on. From Charles Girton, riding the Trump train all the way to victory, MAGA 2020. From Mitchell Vaughn, love the work you do, MAGA. From Olga, thank you so much, guys, for all you do for us patriots. God bless you and our wonderful president, Trump 2020. From June Daniels, I'm a monthly donator, but I'm going to make this extra donation because of the 11 new rallies added today. Love your broadcast, and thank you for bringing all the rallies to our homes. God bless all that you do, MAGA, and here's to a big red wave on Tuesday. Absolutely, June. Thank you very much. And that red wave is going to happen because all of you out there are going to vote, take care of your vote, and then get your friends and make sure you help them get to the polls. From Chad Cole, you all are great. Let the red wave begin. From Graham Morris, go President Trump, save the world, and thank you so much, Right Side, for bringing us the rallies. From Matt Rodek, keep up the great work, RSBN. From Joe Warsham, thank you so much, RSBN. We greatly appreciate your support of the president. You make this country strong. It's not just us. What makes this country strong are all the patriots who are lining up behind the president. He has been fighting for us so hard for 4 years. It is time for us to fight even harder for him now. But we thank you very much, Joe, for that donation. Linda, thanks for all you do. Love your rally coverage. And lastly, from Eddie Ware, keep up the good work. So, I mean, this is one of the ways we absolutely need your support here. But of course, there's a third way that you can make a donation besides going to the rsbnetwork.com donate page. Besides using the YouTube Super Chat, you can also mail us a check. And you can address it to RSBN 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344 in Auburn, Alabama, zip code 36830. And I think I'll turn it over to Mike here, the mic to mic, as it were.
Mic to mic.
Yeah,
Mic to mic.
not a problem. So, what do you, I mean, this is obviously, I don't want to say it's low energy. It's not what we're used to, because the energy is different. The energy is outside. As members of the press coming by, we had to go through, I had some people cheering, for when they saw some friendly faces. I had some people jeering at CNN for some unfriendly faces. But I know that were we allowed to have everybody in here, you would see a typical rally from President Trump.
Absolutely, and it would feel much warmer now. If you guys can tell, the music is a lot quieter, which means we don't have to yell over it. So if nothing else, that's a plus. We're not yelling over the music like we normally are. But it is usually high energy, and that high energy is infectious, and it radiates around the whole venue. Like, you can just feel it. It makes you forget about everything. It's almost like you're going to a concert of some sort. I have some thoughts in particular about this clearly political move by the Minnesota Democrat Party. Joe Biden, as I said earlier, is campaigning here. He's making a stop in St. Paul, and I think that is because they are scared. They're panicking. There should be no reason why Joe Biden is even campaigning in such a deep blue state. If he's up in the polls nationwide, why is Joe Biden not in Texas? Why is Joe Biden not in Georgia? Why is Joe Biden not spending more time in a state that has more electoral votes than Minnesota? I also got a chance to see Joe Biden. As we know, we've talked about it so much. His energy and his rallies are very low turnout, low energy, pathetic. It hardly looks like he's running for any office, let alone the presidency.
County commissioner.
And he did look like he had a decent sized rally last night in Tampa. However, he had to leave early because a little bit of rain scared him off. But he used that opportunity, like he's been doing at all of his rallies, to traffic in lies that have been discredited, like the Charlottesville lie. He talked about white supremacy. He talked about how the president called the military losers and suckers when Joe Biden himself is on camera saying, "Clap for that, you stupid bastards."
Yep.
That was Joe Biden on camera. So the audacity of this man to say that the president allegedly, according to an anonymous source that won't go on record, told members of the military they're losers and suckers. But when you play the video of Joe Biden actually saying something disparaging to the military, then his supporters kind of run for the hills. But this is where we are in the state of America. There are people who want freedom. There are people who want truth. There are people who want to support their country. And then there's people who support Joe Biden, who want to support lies and misinformation and division. And it really is sad that you can't have a unified group of people here, because they've created, like I said, an artificial barrier, because you have a building that's separating us and the rest of the president's supporters. They're still going to be at this rally. They just won't get to see him. They're going to hear him. He's going to acknowledge them. We're going to hear them cheering. We have a camera being set up outside, so hopefully we'll be able to get some footage out there. But there are thousands of people out there. So I love the resiliency of this movement, of this pro-America movement. So even though it's like not a typical rally, we're making something out of nothing. That's what we do as a country. We improvise, adapt, and overcome. That's what we do as a network here at Right Side Broadcasting. We are always committed to overcoming obstacles. That's a part of life. That's what makes us who we are, is we overcome obstacles. Now, for those of you that just tuned in, I do want to tell you about our partner for the day. This is an exciting partner. This is brand new for us. Our partner for the day is none other than MyPillow. We are partnered with MyPillow. Yes, Mike Lindell is actually the CEO of MyPillow. Times have been rough for everyone, and that's why we are even more excited to announce our newest partner, MyPillow. I guess I should have been reading from the script. I kind of screwed it up. Guys. But we know that getting the restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side of the bed. Make sure you sleep in as luxurious as possible with MyPillow's products. They have over 100 products to choose from, ranging from travel pillows to dog beds to memory foam mattress toppers. Giza, did I pronounce that right?
Yeah,
Giza Dream. I'm learning as we go, guys. See what I mean?
Absolutely.
Giza Dream Sheets and more. Check out their inventory online at mypillow.com. Now, here's the kicker. If you use the promo code RSBN at checkout, you will get up to 66% off of your entire order. So please go to mypillow.com and get up to 66% off of your order by using the promo code RSBN. And they're supporting us. They're making it possible for us to be here today despite not having a crowd to show you, which you guys know we would show you the crowd. We're still going to show you the crowd. It's just not going to be what you're used to seeing. So thank you for all of you that are tuning in and supporting. If you want to follow me, you can go to YouTube or Twitter or wherever. Just type in MikeNificent813. I will pop right up. And for those of you that are new to Right Side Broadcasting, follow us on social media. Just type in RSB Network anywhere on social media and we'll pop right up. Also, give us a thumbs up so we can move up through YouTube's algorithms and more people can see it. We've got 4 days to go into the most important election of our lifetimes. Get behind us, get behind MyPillow, get behind this president, and let's make it happen.
Yes, and if you want to follow me, I am on Twitter. That's my primary social media outlet. It will be just at brick_suit. So just at brick_suit. Instagram is just bricksuit. And for those of you who don't know, you're probably familiar with Mike Lindell from TV, from the commercials, but the many rallies that I've been to, I have seen Mr. Lindell personally. I did have a chance to get a photograph with him in Tulsa earlier this year. He's a fantastic supporter of the president, a dedicated supporter. I've seen him in rallies in Orlando. I've seen him in, like I said, the Tulsa rally. He is 100% behind the president, and I'm absolutely ecstatic that we have him as a partner. I think just a great fit for what we do here at RSBN. And what you were talking about in basically the governor of the state, Governor Walz, cracking down and basically having an edict yesterday saying that only 250 people can be here. This is an example of what could happen if we allow leftists to take control of our government. Arbitrary, baseless, things that have no reason for being, just an arbitrary edict that says you can't have more than 250 people meeting.
Because I said so. There's no science behind this 250. You mean to tell me if there's 251 people in here, the virus is going to spread?
Right.
Where did you get the number 250? Can we see the science behind it? There is none. It's just an arbitrary enforcement of, an authoritarian rule. That's essentially what.
Right. I mean, if the Twins were in the World Series and they won, I mean, would they limit the victory celebration to 250 people outside?
Absolutely not. Or if this were a BLM gathering, any kind of social justice gathering, they would allow us to gather by the thousands until the police stand down while we looted and destroyed property. That is a fact. That is an absolute fact that if thousands of people in Minneapolis right now wanted to gather and protest police brutality, they could do it without the governor saying a word. He would say, how about we have a curfew for 8 p.m., but we're going to have local law enforcement stand down. That is a fact.
Yeah. And like I said, it is just emblematic of the type of things where the left is going to take liberty by curtailing your liberties. They're going to whittle away at them, and gradually, one by one, you may have nothing left. Let's just talk about some of the things Joe Biden might do if he's elected. We know Joe Biden is he's a hollow man. He's a suit. He's basically a puppet, and the leftists, so-called, they call them the Democratic Socialists, but really they are, in some cases, the communists. They're really calling the shots for Joe. Joe is shot. Joe's shot. He can't call his own shots. So some of the things you're going to know they're going to do, they're going to pack the court. They would undo the appointment of a conservative majority on the Supreme Court. They would basically determine how many other justices they want to add and add whoever they want. And Joe still hasn't released a list of who he would put on there. But they would do that. They would consider doing that so they get the rest of their policies through. They want to get statehood for D.C. and Puerto Rico. Hopefully add 4 more Democratic senators so they can control the Senate. Amnesty for illegals and all the costs that would entail. Open the borders and everything that would mean for reduction of wages in America. That would actually derail a lot of the economy, the economic recovery. I mean, we are in the middle of President Trump's Super V recovery, which he told us about. He's been foreshadowing the GDP results for several weeks now, and it came out, I think, just yesterday that the gross domestic product rose by 33.1% in the last quarter. So we have our first speaker. We're going to sign off.
Let us take a minute and put ourselves in the holy presence of God. Heavenly Father, this country is your gift to us, and we ask that you fill our hearts with gratitude for this gift. We also ask for the grace to respond to this gift with fidelity, sacrifice, and hope. Strengthen our resolve to be the men and women you created us to be, working together for the common good and to protect the dignity and value of every person. As we prepare to exercise our right to vote, we pray that our vote be guided by your hand. We pray for the virtue to live this freedom responsibly and well, with whatever the results you give us. Let us not forget who we are, beloved sons and daughters of God, and let us never lose sight of why we are here, to know, to love, and to serve you. May we uplift the beauty, goodness, and truth in this world, because by doing that, we glorify you and your greatness. We pray that we may see others with the eyes of Jesus, regardless of religion, race, status, gender, sexual orientation, or political affiliation. Help us to see the good in everybody, the God in everybody. They are our brothers and sisters in your family. Help us show them the grace and mercy you have shown to us. Guide our words, guide our actions. Let our lives be a continual prayer to you, Lord. Please soften our hardened hearts, take away our pride. Let us desire nothing more than to do your will here on earth and to expect nothing in return. Protect us and keep us in your care. In the holy name of Jesus, we say, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and join Jennifer Carnahan, Chair of the Republican Party of Minnesota, for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me as we honor the symbol of freedom in the greatest country in the world. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please welcome Lily Nielsen for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jim Hagedorn, Congressman for Minnesota's 1st District.
Hey. Well, welcome everyone. It's an honor for us to welcome the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, back to southern Minnesota. Are we excited about that or what? All right. Before I get started, one of the people that would travel around the country and follow the president was somebody from our district in the Lakefield-Windham area, a fellow named Randall Tom. I don't know if many of you have met him before, but he passed away in a tragic car accident just a couple weeks ago. His family is with us today, and can we honor Randall and give them a warm welcome? Thank you, and we miss Randall very much. I also like to say that this is the smallest crowd of 25,000 I've ever seen. I don't know what happened, but some of our troops are missing. They're right across the way, just past that building. And yeah, shout out to the 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 people over there waiting for President Trump. And I have to tell you, I'm just going to be honest, I'm disappointed in our governor and I'm disappointed in our attorney general for shutting this down. This is an opportunity for people here in southern Minnesota, all across our region, to see the president in person, to hear his message just a few days before the election. These are freedom of assembly. These are freedom of political expression issues at play. Very disappointed, but we are going to show them on November 3rd, we're going to retaliate by going and electing Donald J. Trump and every Republican up and down the ballot. You bet. The President of the United States has done a fantastic job in helping the folks here in southern Minnesota, I can attest. Our farmers are optimistic again. Things are going the right direction. Our small businesses are hanging in there. We're going to get them on from one side of the coronavirus to the other. For our medical care, he looked after not just the big institutions like the Mayo Clinic, which are the finest, but our rural hospitals. And then we were also, of course, and this is very important, looking out for our police and law enforcement and first responders. Do we stand with law enforcement? Absolutely. The president and Republicans like Tom Emmer, Pete Stauber, and myself have been working to rebuild America's defenses, secure our borders, make sure we had an economy that was the strongest in the world and is rebounding faster than anybody predicted with 33% annual growth, less taxes, less regulations, low-cost energy, and trade deals like USMCA. That's very important. And then we're out to defend your basic rights, the right to life, the right to keep and bear arms, and the right to religious freedom. Folks, I really appreciate you being out here and supporting the president, and let's just keep this in mind, the most consequential election of our lifetimes. There is one person in the United States who stands between us, who protects us from transformational socialism and the end of the republic the way the forefathers put it together. That person's name is Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. He works harder than any president we've ever had. He fights for you every day. Now let's fight with him and let's defend America. Thank you.
Please welcome Tom Emmer, Congressman for Minnesota's 6th District and Chairman of the National Republican Congressional Committee.
Hello, fellow patriots. Hello, fellow patriots. Are you ready? Are you ready to re-elect Donald J. Trump for 4 more years? 4 more years. Let's talk for a second. Let's thank some people. Let's thank the chairwoman of the Republican Party of Minnesota, Jennifer Carnahan, for her hard work. Let's thank the Trump team, Kevin Poindexter and the entire Trump team, for their hard work in the state of Minnesota. Let's thank our friends at the Minnesota State Legislature, starting with Kurt Doudt, the leader of our Republicans in the House, who's going to elect a new Republican majority in the Minnesota State House of Representatives. And let's thank the leader, the majority leader, and he's going to be that when this is over, of the Minnesota State Senate, Paul Gazelka. Now, here's what I want to talk to you about. I have an admission to make. That's right. I got up this morning. I didn't call Governor Walz. I did not ask for his permission to come here tonight. I didn't call Keith Ellison, our Attorney General, and ask his permission to be here tonight. No, that's right. I came here of my own free will. Now, look, we got a whole bunch of people out there. We got a whole bunch of people in here. They know that we're coming. This feels a lot like 2016. They know that you and I have the power of the vote. Think about it. They allowed a peaceful protest to take place in Bemidji, Minnesota. That's right. They allowed a peaceful protest to take place in Duluth, Minnesota. But now here we are, 4 days away from Election Day. And what does our governor do? What does our attorney general do? What does the mayor of Rochester do? They're trying to stop President Trump from campaigning. They're trying to stop you and me from supporting him. Well, guess what? You can't hold good Americans and good Minnesotans down. We will do what we need to do. So, let's talk about it. They want you to believe that this thing is over. The national news media wants you to believe that there's no choice here. There's no choice. On one side, you have somebody who supports freedom, Donald J. Trump. On the other side, you got a guy who spent 47 years in Washington and accomplished nothing. On this side, you've got Donald J. Trump, who's been there for 4 years and has done things that his opponent was never able to accomplish in 47 years. I think the choice is pretty clear. By the way, you know, all of our friends out here in the media, and they are supposed to be our friends, why aren't they asking the question of how a guy who spends 47 years in Washington and then leaves the White House with Barack Obama and somehow in the past 4 years has picked up $16 million? Where did that come from? Don't you think it's high time that people in Washington, D.C. be held to the same standard as the rest of America? That's why they don't like Donald Trump, because Donald Trump doesn't owe them a thing. Donald Trump does not play their game. Donald Trump is trying to drain the swamp once and for all. I'm going to tell you, it feels a lot like 2016. They don't talk about the 8.5 million Trump voters that walked out of the woods 4 years ago. Many of them had never voted. Others had not voted in years. They walked out of the woods to vote for one guy, Donald J. Trump. Here's the truth. Here's the reality. A vote for Donald J. Trump and Republicans is a vote for freedom. A vote for Donald J. Trump and the Republicans is a vote for the best economy America has ever seen. A vote for Donald J. Trump and the Republicans is a vote for safety, for law and order, for peace in our streets. I think the choice is pretty easy, don't you? So here's what we're going to do. A couple of things. We're going to thank a couple of other people. You and I together. Let's thank all the men and women who wear the uniform every day to protect you and me and our cities and our great state and our country. All the law enforcement in this state. Next, let's remember what this is all about. Let's thank all the men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice, and all of their families and those that are currently serving or have served in our armed forces. Thank you for protecting freedom here at home and all around the world. We must never forget. Remember, on the one side, you've got freedom. On the other side, you've got this new radical left that want to tell you where you can do things, what you can do, how you can do them. You want to see what the new normal is? Just look out here. This is what the new normal is. They're going to tell you how you can assemble, where you can assemble. They're going to tell you it's about the science, ladies and gentlemen. But if it's about the science, then why do they let these wild riots go on? Why aren't those restricted the same way? Ladies and gentlemen, This is about the future of our country. This is no longer about two candidates for president. This is not about two parties. This is about two completely different visions for the future of America. And I'm here to tell you, the only thing that stands between you and me, us and Venezuela, is Donald J. Trump and the Republicans. Vote Donald J. Trump next Tuesday. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Father Frank Pavone of Priests for Life. Are you tired of the lies that his opponents tell about President Trump? He puts kids in cages, he's racist, he doesn't have a plan to fight the virus. Well, so am I. So I've set up a website called electionhonesty.com, which says 12 of the most common lies and helps you to refute them. Go to electionhonesty.com today and spread it to others. And remember, support Right Side Broadcasting.
Hey y'all, we're Diamond and Silk. Listen, our book dropped already, and we want you to get a copy of it.
That's right.
Uprising, who the hell said you can't ditch and switch? The Awakening of Diamond and Silk.
That's right.
Now you can get the book at diamondandsilkbook.com or anywhere that books are sold. And I want you to continue to support RSBN.
That's right.
Why? Because they've been here since the beginning. And they will be here to the very end.
That's right.
And guess what, y'all?
What?
We gonna win.
That's right.
You all get out and vote. Vote red. R-E-D. Remove every Democrat. And make sure you vote for Donald J. Trump. We love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Hello, Right Side Broadcasting Network. I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor and CEO of MyPillow, and I've got some great news for you. Today, you can save up to 66% off all my products, from my MyPillows to my Giza Dream Sheets, my towels, my Roll and Go travel pillows, my mattress topper. I have over 100 products that you're going to save up to 66% using the promo code RSBN, Right Side Broadcast Network. RSBN, use that promo code at mypillow.com or call 800-836-7566. That's 800-836-7566. Remember to use the code RSBN, and here's the great news. Half the money is going to support Right Side Broadcast Network, one of the best networks I've ever seen. Thank you.
Of the president when he's speaking. And while we're waiting for the plane to appear, while we're waiting for Air Force One to come in, we're going to tell you again about our new partner for today, MyPillow. Times have been rough for everyone, and that's why we're even more excited to announce our newest partner. You may have guessed via our hints on social media, but we can proudly say that we here at RSBN are officially partnering with the one and only Mike Lindell, CEO of MyPillow. He's also one of our favorite patriots to interview, and hopefully we'll be able to do an interview with him later today. Now, we know that getting a restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side of the bed, no pun intended. Make sure that your sleep is luxurious as possible with any of the MyPillow products. They've got over 100 products to choose from, ranging from travel pillows to dog beds, memory foam mattress toppers, Giza Dream Sheets, their new product with that great cotton from Giza, and more. So check out their inventory online at www.mypillow.com.
mypillow.com. That's www.mypillow.com, and use code RSBN at checkout for up to 66% off your entire order. Again, that's 66% off your entire order at mypillow.com with the code RSBN. And while we're waiting for the plane, I will give it over to Adrian here to read out some of those Super Chat donations.
All right, guys. Hey, I'm back. And I noticed a lot of you folks who had kept donating after I'd gone, so I went back and looked at a few of them. And it looked like Ron B had donated $50 to our news organization. So thank you so much, Ron, for giving us that very generous gift. It really goes a long ways with our news. Thank you so much. We received $24.99 from Julie Tollison. And she left a very interesting comment, so thank you so much for donating. We really appreciate it. It looks like... oh shoot, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my chat. It's not loading. But I guess I can give you a little bit of... oh, here you are. Sorry about that. We just received $4.99 from J. Wrote, and he said, storm the gate, pass it. I don't know if they can do that. However, like we mentioned earlier, there are probably multiple thousands of people outside who weren't able to be in the first 250. And as the previous speaker was saying, you know, this isn't about the science. This is a complete political move to harm the president's campaign. And like he mentioned earlier, there were multiple rallies in Minnesota earlier, and there wasn't a problem. And now 4 days prior to the election, this one has a cap on it. It's unbelievable, it's deceitful, and everyone sees right through it. And so we're super glad that you're able to join us here anyway. There are a lot of folks that couldn't join personally, however, they're still here. And we received word that Air Force One is on its way. Oh, I'm not sure if you can see it. It's approaching over there with about 2 lights. It's getting closer and closer. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah. And wow, look at that. Yeah, you can tell he's coming right for us. Like, right? Not right.
He's coming right for us.
But yeah, he's probably going to give us a little show like he did back in Pennsylvania. And, you know, he does these little kind gestures for us because he knows how much we support him. And, you know, these little shows are just a demonstration of his appreciation for his followers, because just like him, he knows that we receive a lot of hate for our support of Donald Trump, and he's great, and he does like everything he can for our country and for his followers. So he definitely has my support, and I'm gonna keep reading from this chat now. Received $5 from Andrew Bankston. He said, turn Minnesota red. Absolutely, I'm with you. This is my first time in Minnesota. It's very cold, but one of the most obvious observations I've had so far. I've only been here for a few hours. You guys are super kind, and I really appreciate that from your home state, and I really hope that you guys can turn red this year. So thank you again, Andrew, for your comment and your very generous donation. And we received $8 from USMC 03117, and she donated $8, and she or he donated $8, and the comment was Hispanic Marine veteran for Trump. So thank you so much. We really support those who have served this country. And I mentioned earlier in past rallies that my mother's from Guatemala, so I have a great love for our Hispanic community, and we have a strong Latinos for Trump support in Ohio, from where I'm from, and all over the U.S. So we love our little coalition of Hispanics. Thank you so much for being proud supporter for President Trump and for your service for this great country. We really appreciate all you've done for us. We received $10 from Matthew Coons, and he said, "Go, President Trump. Missouri is behind you." Thank you for your kind words all the way from Missouri. I've never been there, but hopefully we'll stop. And as you can see, the Air Force One is so close, and the sunlight is hitting right on top of it. It's so aesthetic. Wow, would you look at that? The sun is almost picking up for how cold it is, but we are so happy that our president has arrived. And you can just take a look at the crowd. Everyone has their phones out. They want to commemorate this moment for forever. And I'm going to point out some of their apparel. Look, they're all wearing flag attire. A lot of them have USA shirts, back the police, support the police. Absolutely. This is a completely patriotic crowd, and that's why they support our president, because our president supports you. He supports our military, and he is unapologetically patriotic and loving of our country and our values and all that we stand for. He is pro-life, he is pro-military, he is pro-police, he is pro-freedom. And that is extremely important in these dire times where our freedoms are being stripped away from us, as you can tell from this rally, where there was a cap of only 250 people being allowed to attend. And that's just another example of what America will look like under a Joe Biden presidency. Our freedoms will be stripped. We're going to be told how many people can go where in this country, and that's not what this country is freedom on. We have the right to assemble, we have the right to speech, and those are two of our rights that have actually been trampled on today, and it's a complete travesty. Anyway, our president should be here soon. If you can keep an eye on the plane, it looks like it did a little loop, and it shouldn't be too much longer, but we're super excited. Keep sending questions in the chat. We're super excited for our president. And would you look at that flag? There are a couple people had the Trump flags, American flags. They're waving them around. They're super excited. For 250 people in this little area, they're super excited. They're stoked to see our president, and I'm really excited to see him for my 4th time. So I'm going to keep reading from the chat. Oh my goodness. We received $500 from William Walker. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, William. That is such a generous donation. We really, really appreciate it. Seriously, that goes such a long ways for our crew, especially when it comes to travel. We literally would not be able to be here if it weren't for huge donations like yours. I'm in college, so I can assure you that I would not be able to pay for my plane tickets and everything else that would be a cost for me to work at these rallies. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it from myself and from all the crew. That is a huge blessing for us. Thank you so much. It takes a huge financial burden off our organization. Thank you so much. We received 50 Denmark currency, and he said, support from Denmark to Trump. The world depends on Trump winning. We're not all leftists, socialists in Europe. Great. We love how we're hitting international viewers, and we love your very generous donation. We really, really appreciate it. I've never been to Europe, but I've always wanted to go, so we love that we're interacting with people from other countries. We got $50 from PA Toyman, and he said, thank you from Pennsylvania, RSBN. Awesome. Thank you so much for that very generous gift. We were just in Pennsylvania, or I was in Pennsylvania about a week ago, so thank you so much. It's great to be talking with a few Pennsylvanians again. And then let's hit one more. We got $20.20 from Ned Moach. He said, thanks RSBN, watching every glorious rally. So thank you so much for joining. And now we're going to talk a little bit about one of our partners. And here we go. And it's My Pillow. And, times have been rough for everyone. And that's why we are even more excited to announce our newest partner. You may have guessed it via our hands on social media, but we proudly say we here at RSBN are officially partnering with the one and only Mike Lindell, CEO of My Pillow. He is also one of our favorite patriots to interview. We know that getting a restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side of the bed. Make sure your sleep is as luxurious as possible with any of My Pillow products. They have over 100 products to choose from, ranging from travel pillows to dog beds, memory foam mattress toppers, Giza Dream Sheets, and more. Check out their inventory online at www.mypillow.com. Use code capitalized RSBN at checkout for up to 66% off your entire order. Again, that's capitalized RSBN at www.mypillow.com. So thank you. Definitely check out that pillow, and I'm going to hand it off to Mike really quick.
Thank you so much, Adrian. Adrian's one of our newest correspondents. She's doing a fantastic job, and this is only her 3rd rally?
My 4th rally.
4th rally. It's only her 4th rally. She's doing an incredible job. We're so proud of the work that she's done. She's put in to get up to speed on everything. I want to thank every last one of you for tuning in right now on Right Side Broadcasting. This is President Trump's 3rd and final stop of the day in Rochester, Minnesota. He will be exiting Air Force One here momentarily, and he will take the podium and deliver remarks. I personally, Adrian, am very excited to hear what the president has to say, given the circumstances of this rally. He is used to seeing thousands of his supporters, not hundreds. He knows that this is an artificial situation created by the Democrat governor and attorney general of Minnesota. They're playing politics with 4 days to go to the election, and it's really because they're afraid. They're afraid that this president is going to win the Minnesota state. They know he's going to win this state. I mean, he got endorsed by like six mayors on the Iron Range. That's huge, and those are Democrat mayors. I mean, this is a state that has not voted for a Republican since Richard Nixon 1972. So this is primed to flip, especially when you consider everything that went on in this state over the summer. You saw Minneapolis and St. Paul decimated by rioters and looters and anarchists. And their weak governor, or their weak mayor rather, Jacob Fry, just sat there and let it happen. He let Black Lives Matter run him out of the city, essentially. And you can tell that these people that run these Democrat areas do not have control. They do not have a handle on their cities and states. They do the bidding of the mob. They submit and bend the knee to mob rule. For example, if Black Lives Matter in Minneapolis right now today, if Black Lives Matter decided, hey, we're going to go tear up Minneapolis, we're going to run roughshod over the city, the governor of Minnesota will say nothing about it. The mayor of Minneapolis will say nothing about it. We know this to be true, which tells you that this is dangerous. These are tyrants, and they do the bidding of the mob. If they can try to shut down the president's rally, that was really their goal, was to try to get the president to cancel the campaign stop here. And what happened? Thousands of his supporters gathered anyway, because that's how the First Amendment works. That's how freedom works. Freedom works like this. If thousands of people want to peaceably assemble, that's exactly what they're going to do. And no governor by decree is going to tell them otherwise. That's the way the world works. We're not going to do the bidding of some tyrant. It's just that simple. So he can issue an order all he wants, but if people are going to want to gather, that's exactly what they're going to do, and there's nothing that this governor can do about it. And that's what true freedom is, guys. I'm a freedom absolutist myself. You know that. So I stand firmly behind the people of Minnesota that want to gather outside to see their president. We have an election coming up. So if the people want to see the president, if they want to gather, that's what they're going to do. Especially when these rules and decrees and orders aren't even being enforced across the board. It's arbitrary enforcement, just like the online censorship. Only conservatives are getting censored. Any conservative gathering is considered a COVID super spreader event. But when thousands gather for the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, when thousands gather in downtown Los Angeles because the Lakers win the championship, when thousands gather in Tampa after the Lightning won the Stanley Cup, nobody cares. Nobody says anything. You know, this is the greatest country on earth. We have the most freedom out of any country. If there was anything that I could say other countries have us beat on, it's resisting a tyrannical governor or government. If you think about it, France is resisting lockdown right now. Other countries, we could learn from them as it relates to rebelling against tyranny. What do you think about that, Blake? If there was one thing that I could say that we could learn from other countries, like maybe France, maybe even Hong Kong, is they know how to rebel against tyranny. We need to get better at that. We do a good job, but think about what they're doing over there in France right now. We need to learn from that.
It's 100% correct. I mean, they are people who let their freedoms be taken away gradually, and by the time it became really crucial for them to act, a lot of their freedoms were gone. And we can avoid that. We can avoid that situation here in America if on November 3rd we re-elect President Donald J. Trump. That is the easiest thing we can do right now to preserve our freedoms. So while we're zeroed in on the plane here, I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing. I do see the press corps has come out. They are taking up their positions, the White House press corps, setting up some of their cameras. The Secret Service has flanking the stairway to the president's door. They do have two of the affectionately known as the Beast, the limos, flanking him on either side for added screening as he'll be walking up to the podium. And a couple other vehicles coming out as well. We're probably moments away from the president deplaning here in Rochester, Minnesota. So while we're waiting, I want to tell you one more time about our brand new partner, MyPillow. Times have been rough for everyone, and that's where we're even more excited to announce our newest partner, You may have guessed it via our hints on social media, but we can proudly say we here at RSBN are officially partnering with the one and only Mike Lindell, CEO of MyPillow. He's also one of our favorite patriots to interview. We know that getting a restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side of the bed. Make sure your sleep is luxurious as possible with any of MyPillow's products. They've got over 100 products to choose from, ranging from travel pillows to dog beds, memory foam mattress toppers, Giza Dream sheets, those are absolutely fantastic cotton from Egypt. And you can check out all of those and more of their inventory at www.mypillow.com. Again, that's www.mypillow.com, and you can use code RSBN at checkout to save over 66% off of your order. So now we've got some additional vehicles flanking up. They've got a horseshoe right there, basically a semicircle, blocking lines of sight to the president as he'll be walking down. Potentially, he'll be getting in a limousine and being driven up here. I don't know. It's hard to tell from the way they have them aligned. Usually when they have two of the Beast limos lined up perpendicular to the plane, that means he'll be walking to the podium. Here they've got one parallel with the plane. That seems to indicate to me that he'll be getting in the limo and being driven to the podium. So remember, we can only bring you this coverage because of your donations. Your direct donations to us cover the bulk of all the costs that we incur at these rallies. We're a small company, and getting to each and every one of these rallies costs about $5,000 to $7,000. We've got 11 of them coming up in the near future. We don't know how many they're going to announce before Election Day, but we're going to try and get to all of them. The way you can make those donations, rsbnetwork.com/donate. And again, you can make that donation there. The bulk of it comes straight to us. Also the YouTube Super Chat. And lastly, you can mail us a letter to RSBN at 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. That's 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama, 36830. So this is something I haven't seen before. I haven't seen this type of delay when the president is about to come off. I haven't seen the motorcade quite aligned like this. We'll see if one or two more songs, I'm not sure. And it looks like he's out. He's on the steps. The crowd sees him. We haven't had the official announcement on the PA, but certainly the president is here. I'm going to keep talking until we get the PA, the PA going. So as I'm just going to describe what I can see, he's making his way down the stairs, and the crowd, although there aren't many of them, they are cheering as loud as they can for their president. It's cold here. It's not as frigid as it could be, but I don't think anybody's feeling it right now. I've been warm. I've got those little heater packs that keep your hands warm, and now, in spite of that, I'm getting goosebumps as usual just by seeing the president deplane. Absolutely fantastic sight. And it appears he is getting into the limo, so we will see perhaps one of the shorter motorcade trips on record here. I mean, this is, unfortunately, we've got a small rally crowd due to the tyrannical designs of the governor and the attorney general of the state, and now we're going to have a very short motorcade.
Thank you so much, Blake. Now, as we're waiting the president's short motorcade trip over here, I have a feeling what he's doing is going outside to see the supporters. I have a feeling that might be what's happening, is he wants to go outside like we know this president likes to do, just like he did when he was in Walter Reed Hospital. He came outside to see his supporters. He is going outside, ladies and gentlemen, to see the supporters who weren't able to get into this event. That is what President Donald J. Trump does. He connects with the average voter. I love this. That's exactly what he's doing right now. He wants to go outside and see them, and he's going to come in here and deliver remarks. Now, I want to remind you guys that we're bringing this to you live as an almost entirely viewer-funded network. You're not going to get this kind of coverage with any other network. So your donations allow us to send multiple cameramen, multiple correspondents to these events. We've got 11 that just got added to the president's schedule. 14 rallies total between now and the election. So guys, if you would, please go to rsbnetwork.com/donate. Again, rsbnetwork.com/donate. We're already stretching ourselves very thin to make this happen. We're trying to get every single resource together so that we can have a correspondent and a cameraman at every single one of these rallies. We've got 3 in Pennsylvania tomorrow, and then on Sunday he's hitting it hard. Michigan, Wisconsin, he's got one in Georgia, he's got one in Florida. I believe there's one in Ohio. I can't even tell you. We got to get a graphic on the screen. There's that many on Sunday, and then on Monday there's going to be so many rallies. So if you would please go to rsbnetwork.com/donate. Again, rsbnetwork.com/donate. If you don't want to send your money over the interwebs, I get it. You can mail a check to our physical address, 1550 Opelika Road, Suite 6, Box 344, Auburn, Alabama 36830. You can also donate to us via Super Chat. If you're watching on YouTube, in the bottom right-hand corner of the chat is a little $sign. You can click on that and give us a donation right there, and we will read them out on air. Now, we do have, and I have to pull this up, maybe Adrian can tell me, how many people are watching right now? Looks like we're up to 97,000, right?
97,000.
97,000. So for those of you watching right now, please give us a thumbs up. That's how more people will see this event. This is obviously the most unique rally that he's held since the pandemic, because it's a limited crowd for an outdoor event. I mean, trust me, we're outside. This is an open air event, and yeah, we need to get more people seeing this. So please, if you wouldn't mind, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to Right Side Broadcasting, hit the bell notification so you do not miss a single one of President Trump's rallies. Again, we're going to bring you live coverage of every single one with your support, with your donations, with you sharing and getting it in front of other eyeballs. Share it with people. You want to read some super chats?
All right, I'm back. That's Adrian here, and I noticed, and I'm super grateful that you guys kept donating. I'm gonna head back here, and we received $20 from Tom Rankins, and he said truck drivers to Trump. So thank you so much, Tom. We received $10
United
from
States,
it
Donald
looks like the president
J.
is coming
Trump.
out. All right, he should be out soon, and the crowd is cheering for him. Who knows? He should be out any second now, but I'm going to keep reading the chat until then. We received $9.99 from Best Choice Contractor.
The President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Let's see here. Okay, we're not sure. I think we keep getting a couple false alarms that a president here, but we received $9.99 from Best Choice Contractor, and she said, in New Jersey, Reliable Construction, 973-229-7192. We worked for President Trump on Trump's golf course. He took care of us. We need to support him, Trump 2020. Thank you, Best Choice Contractor, for donating to our news organization. We got a notification that Linda Ulick just became a Lincoln Club member, so thank you for buying a membership. We received $20 from Eric Hitman, so thank you so much for your very generous gift, Eric. Alright, so I want to ask who I was. So I'm Adrian Ferguson. This is my 4th rally. I am on social media. I'm only on Instagram, but that's at Adrian Ferguson _ ADRIENNEFERGUSON _. So you can message me whenever if you want to chat about politics or talk about RSBN. I love interacting with fellow patriots. And once again, thank you, Eric, for your very generous gift. We received $20.20 from Dina Lancer, and she said, "MAGA soda, turn all of Minnesota red." 100%, we're trying our best. And you know what? I think there is hope for this state this year. There are 250 people in this event, but there are thousands of people outside who weren't allowed inside. And look, we have plenty of people cheering right now, and they're waving, and we love your support. And oh my gosh, and now they're starting to chant USA, and that all started with an RSBN little cheer. So we love you guys. We love Minnesota, and we love bringing this content to you folks. So thank you for all of it. We received, thank you so much, $49.99 from Springtime, and we love that you're using our emojis. So keep using those. We love watching them. They're really cute, and we're glad that we're able to provide those for you, our viewers. And thank you once again for that donation. We were just received $100 from Skylar. Thank you so much. And she said, thank you, RSBN. Please keep spreading the truth to the American people. I will be in one of the rallies this weekend to support President Trump. See you guys there. Awesome, Skylar. We really hope to see you. Totally reach out to us. Once again, thank you so much for your generous donation, and we're glad that you're going to finally be able to come to a rally in person, and we hope you enjoy it like we do. Thank you so much again for your gift. We really appreciate it. And we received $20 from Anna Russell. Thank you, Anna, for supporting our news organization. We love that we're able to provide you folks with this content, and that isn't possible without any of your generous gifts. And we received $49.99 from Jenny Jean Razzle. So thank you so much, Jenny. I don't know, is that your last name? I'm curious. If it is, that's super cool. Anyhow, thank you so much for supporting our news organization. We really are super grateful. And we received $19.99 from Descendo22, and he used our membership club emojis. So we love seeing those. Keep using them, and we love noticing that you guys keep joining and buying our membership. So welcome to the club. T. Muller just joined our Legion Club membership, so thank you. We received $50 from Mark Willem, and he said, thank you, RSBN, work for doing the heavy lifting and telling the truth. Absolutely, we love what we do, and you can tell because it's extremely cold out here, and yet we're extremely passionate to be out here to keep spreading the truth and bringing live news coverage from our president to you folks at home. And we just received $15 from M. Wilson, and she said, grateful suburban mom, love to support President Trump and RSBN. So thank you so much for your very kind comments. We also support our president, and we love that you like our organization, and we're super proud to provide this content for you. So thank you, M. Wilson. We received $49.99 from Wendy Tabon. So thank you, Wendy, for that really generous gift for our news crew. We mentioned earlier, but a lot of your donations go straight for our travel, our equipment, and uploading all this content online for you folks. So thank you so much, and keep commenting in the chat. I love looking at all your comments. And thanks again, Wendy. That's a huge gift, and it means a lot to us. And Bill just joined the Lincoln Club, so thank you for joining, and we hope that you like your membership. And Jim Hammond just joined the Lincoln Club, so welcome. And oh wow, we just received $49.99 from Daisy Coco, and he said amazing theater. So thank you so much, Gracie. And received $10 from Alex Gardiff, and he said thank you, heart. Absolutely, we're glad to be here and to provide this content for you, our viewers. And we received $20 from Mike, and he used our emojis, so keep using those. We love them. Thank you so much, Mike, for supporting our news organization. And it looks like we received $20.20 from Zoid Rab. No socialism. Absolutely. I've never seen that, a combo between Joe and socialism, but they're one and the same, so you're 100% correct. My mother told me before I came on the air today that I need to spread awareness about the truths of socialism, because my mother is an immigrant from Guatemala. She suffered an authoritarian rule, and she came to this country. She achieved the American dream, and there's many countries that don't offer the same freedoms that this country offers, and a lot of those freedoms are under attack right now by Democrats. So it's very important that we support our president, because he supports us and our freedoms. So make sure you go out to vote if you haven't done so yet, and bring other folks with you. Carpool, do whatever you need to do to make sure that we get those Republican votes in to support our president. And we just received $49.99 from Murphys55. So thank you so much, Murphys, for supporting our news organization. That's an extremely huge gift, and we understand that all of you are working men and women, and these huge gifts probably aren't easy for you to give, and nonetheless, we really appreciate them all that much more, because we understand what it takes, and we know how much that means for our organization and what we can do with that money. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And we just received $19.99 from AM, and you used the little pear emoji. So thank you so much. That is one of my favorite ones, so keep using those. I love it. And we received $20 from MK, and he said, "You're amazing with the pear emoji too." So I love that everyone's using the pear emoji. That's my favorite one. And we received $45 from John Plume. 45 for 45, exactly. I love that. That's my favorite comment so far. We received $45 from MAGA Air. So thank you so much, MAGA Air, for supporting us and using that very special number to support our president. And we just received $20.20 from Chill Bill. He said, "I love RSBN, America, and President Trump. God bless you all, Trump 2020, flag emoji, flag emoji." While I agree 100% with everything you said, I also love RSBN, my workplace, America, and President Trump. So you can support all three and keep doing so. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your donation. And oh my goodness, we just received $500 from Giovanna Miller. Thank you so much, Giovanna. That is an enormous gift that really goes a long ways with us. That is huge. That is so huge. Thank you so much, Giovanna. And yeah, and I can tell by your profile picture, you are absolutely gorgeous. So you're gorgeous and super generous. So thank you so much from RSBN. We really, really appreciate that very generous gift. And we just received $19.99 from Best Choice Contractor. The comment was New Jersey Reliable Construction, 973-229-7192, Trump 2020. So thank you so much. We received $99.99 from Chris Humes, and he said pipeliners for Trump. So I haven't seen that little coalition mentioned, but I'm glad to know that there is a pipeliners coalition for Trump. So thank you so much, Chris, for that very, very generous gift. It goes a long ways. And we received $20 from WJ Mama Bing, and she used our little pear emojis. So thank you for using those. Those make us really happy to see those when we are looking at the chat. And we just received $20 from Jed Baker, and he said, "Thank you for consistent coverage of the most awesome campaign ever." Absolutely. It's our pleasure to be here, and we aren't able to be here if it weren't for your very generous donations. So thank you. Keep sending them in. I'm doing my best to read them off. And absolutely, I agree that this is the best campaign ever. And, you know, the opposition knows that. That's why they're hindering the amount of people that can attend these rallies, because they have amazing attendance rates, and you know, this is a minor fraction of what we've seen in past rallies. So you're 100% correct. These are the best rallies ever. And we just received $50 from David L, and he said, "You guys are awesome. Thank you for all your hard work to bring these broadcasts to us." And I just reiterate, we literally would not be standing here today if it weren't for your very generous gifts. So we're here today because of you guys. So thank you. I want to throw that thank you back out to the crowd and our viewers. Thank you so much, David, for that very generous gift. And we received $20 from Harish Krishnamurthy. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Nonetheless, thank you so much for your generous gift of $20. You said, "God bless Trump and he will be a winner." We hope so. Fingers crossed. We have a lot of hope in him, but we know that everything dirty is being thrown at him right now. So we have to keep him in our prayers to save this country. And we received $20.20 from Victor Melnikow, and he said, "Russian Orthodox Christian for President Trump. Thanks, Right Side, for all that you do." Absolutely. We love being here. I'm a Christian too. I'm a Catholic specifically, but we love our Christians for Trump. We love our little coalition. We love sticking together. And we received $19.99 from Gail Gomulka, and he used our little emojis, little pair dancing emojis. So thank you for using those. We really appreciate the enthusiasm. And we received $25 from Pan Fontenot. I think that's French. Sorry if I mispronounced it. But he said, "Via Plate, Louisiana, for President Trump. We love you. We love you." I've never been to Louisiana, but I'm so glad to know that we have support for our president from there. Thank you so much for your very generous gift. And we received $30 from Larry Wolf, and he said, "Small businesses love you, Trump." Absolutely. We're a small business ourselves, and we understand what it takes to run a small business. So thank you. We love that we understand our viewers, and that brings us closer together, and that's why we have to support each other and support our president, because he supports us and he definitely supports small businesses. And we received $24.99 from Army Mom, and she said, "Thank you, RSBN." So absolutely, thank you. Every time we receive a thank you, we would just want to throw it back out there, because we would not be here if it weren't for our very generous donors. And I'm going to hand it to Brick, and he's going to share a few thoughts with you folks.
So we're sort of trying to tell you our best guess of what's happening, because this is something we haven't seen at a rally. What we believe is the president did go outside He did go, and it looks like the motorcade is coming back right now. So what we think is, upon landing, he went out to the outskirt of the airport to see all of the supporters who were prevented from coming in by the governor and the attorney general's prohibition of making sure that only 250 people could be here. So here we see the motorcade coming back. At a normal rally, the cheers right now would be incredibly deafening, and we're just going right by the setting sun there. The seal is on the podium. Everything is set. They've already checked the teleprompters, and he's getting ready to come up and speak in just moments. It looks like he is in the second limo, and very shortly we'll be hearing from the President of the United States. We know he's going to have some choice words for the governor of the state, for the attorney general, for the trampling that they have done on the right of the citizens of Minnesota to peaceably assemble and support their president. And keep in mind that Minnesota is actually one of the states that allows you to change your vote. If you've cast your vote early, it's possible that you can still change it. Make sure you check to see how that's done. But the other states where that can be done is Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, and Mississippi. So if you've cast your vote and you want to change it, to Donald Trump, you can still do that in those states. Doors are now open. I imagine that at any point in time now, the PA system will announce the president, and at that point, we will, of course, stop the commentation, and we will just turn it over to the microphone. I can see for the first time in a long time, the press corps is actually getting some exercise. It appears that they're doing their best to trot along while they're carrying their cameras. They were outside, then I imagine that the president will delay his arrival, delay his departure from the Beast limo until the press corps is in place.
Gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And hello, Rochester. Great to be with you. 4 days from now, we're going to win the state of Minnesota. And I did not forget you, because we were given a very, very hard time by your so-called leaders, but they're not very good leaders, as you found out during the riots. And we're going to win 4 more years in our great White House. Thank you. As you know, there are at least 25,000 people who wanted to be here tonight. We just saw a lot of them. Wanted to pay our respects. They were here for a long time. They waited and waited, and then the governor did bad things. Your far left Democrat Attorney General Keith Ellison and your Democrat governor tried to shut down our rally, silence the people of Minnesota, and take away your freedom and your rights. They thought he would cancel, a word they are very familiar with, cancel cancel culture. But I said, no way, I will never abandon the people of Minnesota. I will come up. Thousands and thousands of people over there with cars. We flew over cars that go miles long. What a shame. They waited here for a long time. I want to thank the thousands of people outside who were barred from entry by radical Democrats. You are American patriots. Thank you very much. When large numbers of rioters and vandals sacked the city of Minneapolis earlier this year, Keith Ellison did not ask them to submit a permit. He told the throngs of violent demonstrators, by all means, exercise your First Amendment rights. He said that prior to them ripping down your city. Keith Ellison sided with flag-burning extremists over law-abiding Americans. He treats you like second-class citizens. He believes that the pro-American voters have fewer rights than anti-American demonstrators. Keith Ellison and Joe Biden want to imprison you in your homes while letting anarchists, agitators, and vandals roam free as they destroy your cities and states. The Democrat Party wants you to be banned from peaceful assembly while they allow their supporters to burn down a police precinct right here. Biden and the far left incite violence with their vile anti-police rhetoric and the fact that they're weak people, very, very weak people. They allow rioters to lay waste to the public streets that financed, and they were financed by you with your hard-earned taxpayer dollars. The radical left is determined to obliterate the middle class. They think they can take your money, attack your values, indoctrinate your children, and silence your voices. But on November 3rd, I hope you're listening, Minnesota, because this is what you've had to put up with for a long time. The people of our nation are going to be heard like never before. It's already begun. People are already starting to find out what's happening because they're going to show up and vote in record numbers. And you have already started to see what's going on, and they're getting very concerned. We're not just running against Sleepy Joe Biden. We're running against the arrogant far-left political class. They want one set of rules for you and no rules for themselves. Biden and the left-wing Democrats treat law enforcement like criminals, and they treat criminals like heroes. They lecture you on morality while they support sanctuary cities that get innocent Americans robbed, raped, maimed, and murdered. They ban you from going to church while they let left-wing extremists burn down the church. They support crippling shutdowns that crush blue-collar jobs while their own jobs remain totally exempt. They keep your kids out of school while their families hire private tutors. They flood your cities with illegal drugs and gangs while they live inside walled-off compounds. They want to destroy and work hard to destroy the suburbs, which I'm protecting, and terminating horrible rules and regulations that only pertain to the suburbs. Well, they move into gated communities with armed guards. These wealthy liberal hypocrites want to defund the police and take your guns while they are protected by armed guards. There's only one way to defend your dignity. There's only one way to defend your family and your country. There's only one way to preserve, protect, and defend the American way of life. You must show up and vote on November 3rd. In the second term, we will increase funding for law enforcement. We will hire more tough-on-crime prosecutors to put violent offenders behind bars. We will finish and win the war against MS-13 killers. We've taken thousands out of our country and brought them back where they came from. We will put them all out of business. We will completely dismantle Antifa. And we will reclaim our streets for law-abiding Americans of every race, color, religion, and creed. These are streets that have been run by Democrats, not Republicans. And it's taken too long for them to gain control of those streets. We will do all of this and so much more only with your vote. And you have a very important vote in this state in particular. In 1972, this is a state you've been poorly run for too long. You want law and order also. On November 3rd, vote to defeat Joe Biden and save your great American dream and save your wonderful American freedom. Biden is a grimy, sleazy, and corrupt career politician. We found that out. A lot of people have known it for a long time, who's done nothing but betray you for 47 years. All he's done in that time is sell out to lobbyists, sell out to China. China owns him. Sell out to Big Pharma and sell out to foreign countries. He will look you in the eye and then turn right around and stab you in the back and be totally protected by the mainstream media. The only thing he cares about is political power, and he will use that power to hurt you and to enrich his cronies and his friends, and most of all, to enrich his family. A vote for Joe Biden is a vote to put far-left radicals like Keith Ellison and Ilhan Omar and AOC plus 3 and gun grabber Beto O'Rourke wants to take your guns away, wants to destroy your Second Amendment, into cabinet positions controlling the entire federal government, and then they want to pack the courts. They want to pack those courts, the Supreme Court. They want to put radical justices who will confiscate your guns, terminate your religious liberty, erase all of your borders, and stifle life. If you want strong borders, strong families, safe communities, and a thriving economy, then I am asking you to go out on November 3rd and vote for your all-time favorite president. One of Thank you. One of the most crucial issues for Minnesota in this election is the subject of refugees. This is a vital matter of national security. To protect our country, I issued a directive suspending the entry of refugees from foreign nations compromised by terrorism like you've never seen before, including from Syria, Somalia, and Yemen. We're keeping radical Islamic terrorists out of our country. I spoke to President Macron of France yesterday and put out my warmest sympathy for what they've been through over the last 4 days with terrorist attacks, the likes of which few have seen. Biden has pledged a staggering 700% increase in refugees from the most dangerous and violent terrorist hotspots anywhere in the world. He has also vowed to terminate our national security travel bans, which I fought very hard to get, which I won in the Supreme Court, allowing for unlimited migration from war zones and terrorist havens. He said, bring them in. Biden's deadly migration policies will overwhelm Minnesota and overwhelm taxpayers and open the floodgates to terrorists, jihadists, and violent extremists. Under my administration, the safety of our families will always come first. America first, our families first. With your support, we will continue to bring back your jobs, cut your taxes, cut regulations, support our great police, support our military, defend our borders, protect our Second Amendment, which is totally under siege, but don't worry, as long as I'm here, nothing's happening with it. Protect religious liberty and ensure more products are proudly stamped with the very wonderful and beautiful phrase, made in the USA. Yesterday it was announced that last quarter our economy grew at the fastest rate ever recorded, history of our country, 33.1%. People were shocked. I wasn't. It's the biggest increase in the history of our country by far. 1952, but it was a rate less than half. We are creating an economic powerhouse, a superpower, the likes of which the world has never seen before. We are building the biggest, strongest, and most prosperous middle class in human history, and I am fighting for higher wages, more jobs, more opportunity, and we will keep it right there, and we will bring it right here to the USA where it belongs. Joe Biden has never succeeded before. Barack Obama said that if you want to see things screwed up, just ask Joe Biden to do it. Joe Biden will ship your factories to China, impose a $4 trillion tax hike, eliminate private health care, abolish the entire oil industry and fracking, and send your state into a crippling depression. Biden's anti-energy, anti-worker policies would be a nightmare for Latino and African-American workers all across our land. Biden will also continue his 47 years of cruelly betraying African-Americans. He called them super predators in 1994, ripped apart their communities, and did everything in his power to wipe out the black middle class. And they understand it better than anybody, and I think you'll probably see that at the voter booth. They understand what he's done better than anybody. Super predators, he said. Now Biden wants to wipe out the entire U.S. economy for black Americans, Hispanic Americans, and all Americans. He has no idea what he's doing. He wants to give you the largest tax increase in the history of our country by far. Joe Biden's plan will delay the vaccine, postpone therapies, crash the economy, and shut down our entire country. Under the Biden lockdown, which he talks about and cherishes, countless Americans will die from suicide, drug overdoses, and deferred medical care at a level like you haven't seen before. There will be no school, no graduations, no weddings, no Thanksgiving, no Christmas, no 4th of July, no Easter, no nothing. There will be no future for America's youth. Under my plan, we will deliver a safe vaccine to the American people in just a matter of weeks, and it will be something that will be very, very special. And we are rounding the turn on the pandemic with or without vaccine. We have the vaccine. It's going to come. But even without it, we're rounding the turn. Seniors will be first in line to get it, and it will be available free. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't our fault. It was the fault of China. We should have kept it within their limits. Our vaccine will eradicate the virus and the pandemic, and it will end. Quickly restore normal life. That's what we want, is normal life. Take us back 7 months. Normal life. Record-setting everything in a normal life. And next year will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country. We will wipe out the China plague once and for all. We're joined today by Congressman Jim Hagedorn and Congressman Tom Emmer. Thank you, fellas. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks, Jim. Tom. The great warriors have been with me all the way. And congressional candidate, somebody that's really outstanding. I think you two agree, right? You two agree? Michelle Fischbach. Great job. I saw you in the debate. You did a fantastic job. Thank you, Michelle. Great job. State Senator Paul Gazelka. Paul, thank you. Thank you, Paul. State Representative Kurt Dowd. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kurt. Like your hat. And GOP Chair Jennifer Carnahan. Thank you, Jennifer. Are we doing well, Jennifer? I think we're going to win. 1972, and you have been treated very, very badly. In addition, friend of mine, Mike Lindell. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. Great job. Great job. And former, this is a big one, really, Matt Burke, Minnesota Viking star, superstar, really, huh? Look at him. You look like you could play tomorrow. Thank you very much, Matt. Great honor to meet you. Another vital issue in this race is the Minnesota Iron Range. I brought it back to life. It was dead, it was closed, it was sealed, and you weren't going to use it for anything. As vice president, Joe Biden tried to obliterate the Iron Range. 7 plants were idled, the rest were closing very shortly, and there was barely a whimper. I brought the Iron Range roaring back to life. I have friends that live in Minnesota. They said it was so unfair. When it was closed, a man came up to me. I don't know who he was, but he was a strong, big, powerful man, and he was crying, and he said, they've taken my life away when they closed the Iron Range. Well, I opened it. That was the most convincing of all. Everybody wanted me to do it. But when I saw him, I said, there's no doubt about it. And it's fully opened and really doing phenomenally. And it has the best iron, they say, anywhere in the world, but you had it closed, so it's great. Congratulations. Congratulations. It was my honor. That area is now thriving. It's thriving. It was desolate. It's now thriving. 9 Democrat mayors in the Iron Range have endorsed me because they know Biden will shut down the Iron Range forever. And by the way, they will shut it down as fast as I opened it up, and they'll shut it down permanently the next time. They said we made a mistake. We didn't do it through legislature. We made a mistake. They will shut it down permanently, so I hope you remember that. I just hope you remember that, especially on November 3rd. Under my leadership, we achieved the most secure border in American history. Biden's plan to admit unlimited low-wage foreign workers will slash income, surge unemployment, and devastate your middle class, all to enrich his globalist donors. He raises money like crazy because he's making deals. They're giving him millions of dollars. I could raise much more than him, but I don't want to be compromised. I won't be compromised. And we don't need the money. We don't need the money. That's how they've raised all of that money, because they're making deals with Wall Street. As president, I will only advance immigration policies that put American workers and families first. You, the American people, are my only special interest. That's why I did this. And I had a very nice life before doing this, I have to tell you. I will continue fighting for you harder than anyone has ever done before. The forgotten men and women of our country will never, ever be forgotten again. And you know that, and you saw that. 4 years ago, we had a very, very exciting time. This is even more exciting, and frankly, this is a more important election, and I never thought I'd be saying that. A vote for me in the Republican Party is a vote for the American dream. So, Minnesota, this is that very important time has finally arrived. This is it. This is the history of our nation. This is a very, very big moment for our country. This Tuesday or sooner, get out and vote. Every one of you. Remember what your governor did this evening. And it's a small thing, but a horrible thing to thousands and thousands of people that are outside that could be here. We could all be together. A horrible thing that they did. Your state and your country depend on you. We depend on your vote. We depend on your loyalty, and you have my loyalty. That you know, and that you found out. Together we are going to make history. On November 3rd, we're going to make history, and this will be very special for Minnesota. People have been talking about it for years, but it never quite works out. even with me, we lost by half a point. One more stop. I should have come one more time, just one more time. But you know what? It's not going to matter because we're going to have an even bigger victory on November 3rd. So I want to thank you. God bless you. God bless Minnesota. And God bless America. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody. Nice seeing you, Matt. Good job. Thank you, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, President Trump has just wrapped up his remarks in Rochester, Minnesota, his last of 3 events that he held today across the Midwest. It was a bizarre event, to say the least. This is not a rally that we are used to. He normally comes out to the song that they normally play, and then, it was really weird. But the president had a more serious tone tonight. I noticed that. He was very to the point, wasn't joking as much. He just wanted to deliver remarks because the local government here really put a damper on everything that happened here. You know, I was really disappointed in that, but nonetheless, the president delivered great remarks and the crowd was enthusiastic and energetic about it. What are your thoughts, Blake?
I think it's a very strange rally. Without the crowd here yelling, I mean, we heard chants of 4 more years. We heard the typical chants that we hear from the crowd, but a much different rally here tonight. If for no other reason than you were able to focus more on the president's voice, more on his message, and the message I got is, I think he's upset. I think he's very angry at the state, and one thing I have learned about the president is that when people hit him, he hits back twice as hard. And I think that the state of Minnesota, I think the Democrats in power here are going to regret the decision they took today.
Yes, indeed. For those of you tuning in, I want to thank you all for supporting us at Right Side Broadcasting. I want to tell you about our partner for the day. These times have been rough on everyone, and that's why we're even more excited to announce our newest partner. You may have guessed it via our hints on social media. We are proud to say that we here at RSBN are officially partnering with the one and only Mike Lindell, CEO of MyPillow. He is also one of our very favorite patrons to interview. We know that getting a restful night's sleep is crucial to waking up on the right side of the bed. Making sure you sleep luxurious as possible with any of MyPillow's products. They have over 100 products to choose from. ranging from travel pillows to dog beds, memory foam mattress toppers, Giza Dream Sheets, and more. Check out their inventory online at www.mypillow.com. And if you use the code RSBN at checkout, you will get up to 66% off your entire order. Again, that's code RSBN at www.mypillow.com. Now, I'm going to hand it over to Adrian so she can read some of our Super Chat donations, and then we're going to wrap up tonight here from Frosty, Rochester, Minnesota.
Yeah, and before again, I just want to add that obviously he was hit today, but President Trump is strong, he's resilient, and he's going to hold a strong base for his people because he fights for us and he won't give up. So this rally probably wasn't the way we expected, but nonetheless, we're going to keep fighting, and so will President Trump. And I know you guys keep donating, and that's great, so I'm going to shout out a lot of our donors. So thank you so much. We received $50 from F. Muina, so thank you so much, Afuina, for donating that so much money to our organization. That really goes a long ways and helping us bring this coverage to you folks. So thank you so much for that huge donation. We received $20 from the gays, and she's from UK, France, Spain, and Italy, and others have more COVID deaths and cases per day per capita than the USA. Trump administration has chosen the correct path to protect its citizens and the economy. 30% GDP. Thank you so much for pointing out those very telling statistics and the great strides President Trump has done for our economy and for COVID-related issues. He's definitely done what is best for his country, and you can tell by the results so far. And we received $19.99 from Mark Hugh, and he used one of our little emojis, so keep using those. We love them so much, and thank you so much, Mark, for your very generous donation. And we received $9.99 from Jay Booman, so thank you so much for that gift, Jay. We received $20 from Romans 14:11, and he said, I wish I could afford more, but every bit helps, and I know you guys at RSBN appreciate all support. Trump is the people's president. God bless us those 4 more years. Thank you so much, Romans. Please don't feel like that is very little. That is a huge amount, and that really goes a long ways with us here at RSBN. We really appreciate every single cent, so that is amazing, and we love everything that you give us. Thank you so much. We received $4.99 from KZ Gypsy Muse, and she said, evil is trying to deflate us. Put a smile on. Don't let them break our momentum. 100%. We are being attacked by evil Democrats that are trying to hate on America, take away our freedoms, and destroy this country. And you're right, we definitely need to keep our heads up. The president kept his head up today despite being hit, and we will not let them break our momentum. Thank you for those encouraging words. We really appreciate them, and thank you for your donation. We got a note that Stephen Moore donated $19.99, and he used one of our emojis. So thank you, Stephen, for donating to RSBN. We received $20 from Debbie Thompson. So thank you so much, Debbie, for supporting our news organization. We received $5 from Scott. So thank you so much, Scott, for donating. We received $19.99 from Brenda Fresco. So thank you so much, Brenda, for supporting all that we do here at RSBN. We really, really appreciate all your generous support. We received $9.99 from Landon Take America Back. So thank you, Landon, so much for supporting RSBN. We received $19.99 from Annie Samia, and she said, you guys work so hard, so appreciative, haven't missed a Trump rally with you. That's great, Annie. We really wish you could be out here with us, but nonetheless, we're glad that we can provide this coverage to you. We love that you've seen every rally so far. It's amazing. Thank you for the support and for supporting our president. We received $42.20 from Darla Shannon, and she said, keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Darla. You're certainly inspiring us to do our very best here at RSBN, and we really appreciate the very, very generous gift you've just given us. Thank you so much. We received $24.99 from Donald Olmstead, and he said, thank you for your outstanding coverage and Herculean efforts to cover all these rallies. You all are the best. Hashtag Trump 2020. Thank you so much. We definitely try our best to be at all these rallies and provide extremely quality content for you folks. And all of that would not be possible without your very generous donations. So thank you so much for all of your kind words, kind donations. They really go a long ways here. And they're the only way that we're able to provide the content for you here today. And we received $20 from John Desai. So thank you so much for that very generous donation. We received $20.24 from MAGA Air. And thank you for that very for a kind post for all of us. And we received $5 from Scott, and he said, love seeing you young folks and your hardworking grassroots efforts, if I call you that. Definitely, we're definitely our grassroots. We love that we're a small business. We have a strong connection with our chats and our communities, so thank you for that kind comment. We received $5 from RW, so thank you RW for donating. We received $10 from Gordon Bork, so thank you Gordon for donating to RSBN. We received $25 from Mira Klegel 55, and she's using a bunch of our Trump emojis, so thank you so much. We received $5 from N. Strickland, and he said, St. Michael, defend our president. Thank you for that comment. Ironically, my mother always has my family pray to St. Michael often because we're Catholics, so I really like seeing that comment. We received $19.99 from Beth Ann Meyer, so thank you, Beth Ann. We received $100 from Al Ferg. Thank you so much. That's a huge, huge donation. And I'm going to hand it off to Brick now, who's going to give you a few thoughts.
All right, so Air Force One has taxied to the far end of the runway, and we believe it'll be taking off very presently. There's another jet taxi. We're not really sure about that, but all those donations are being read off. I just want to remind you that we are a very small company. We do this with limited resources, and we definitely appreciate your help. We've got a full slate of rallies. Some of them were announced while we were here en route to this rally, and so I don't have the full slate for you now, but you can definitely check on our website. So if you want to make a donation, again, the easiest way, rsbnetwork.com/donate. That's rsbnetwork.com/donate. Of course, there's also the YouTube Super Chat, and if you go to our website, you'll also find the mail-in address where you can send us a donation. President today definitely understated his anger. I think we'll be seeing more of it in the days to come. I think we're going to see the response from him. And so I think I will just let you know again, if you want to follow me on social media, I'm Brick_Suit on Twitter. That's Brick_Suit on Twitter. And looking forward to covering the next few days of rallies we've got. I don't think we're going to see another one like this. I think this is a one-off. The campaign kept us guessing with that, with the motorcade, going to see everybody. A great move by the president, but strong message. A lot of hits on Joe Biden, a lot of hits on Governor Walz and Ellison, the AG. And so with that, I think I will turn it over to Adrian so she can sign off, and then on to Mike.
All right, and I guess I'll put my social media out there too. I'm only on Instagram, but you can follow me, message me at Adrienne Ferguson _. That's ADRIENNEFERGUSON _ on Instagram. So message me. I love chatting with fellow patriots, and I was really happy to be here at my 4th rally and interacting with you folks in the chat and just giving my sense on this rally, which was very different and an entirely different experience, I think, for everyone here, and certainly President. Nonetheless, I love engaging with you folks. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm going to pass it on to Mike.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Mr. Bricksuit here.
Going until the plane takes off.
Yeah, we're gonna bring you coverage of the president taking off here. It should be any moment, really. I mean, probably within 30 seconds we're going to see it come down here. It's usually at the end of this song, honestly. He's got it timed.
Right, and every other crew is breaking down,
yeah,
but we're still here.
Yeah, every other crew is breaking down. Here we go. Air Force One is taking off from Rochester, Minnesota, the greatest president in the history of the United States of America. He's got 14 rallies scheduled between now and Election Day. Nobody works harder than this man. God bless the USA. God bless Donald J. Trump. God bless all of you for watching us. What a wonderful sight to see. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us at Right Side Broadcasting. If you want to follow me, my name is Mike Nificent. Find me on YouTube at Mike Nificent, or you can search Mike Nificent 813 on Parler, where they do allow free speech. I am on Parler. I'm on Twitter. I'm on all the things. Follow me there. And follow RSB Network everywhere. Search us all over, guys. We're almost entirely viewer funded. Let's win this thing together as a nation, unified in 4 days. God bless you guys. Have a good night.